Hi everyone, so this is the channel from generation to generation where we talk with ancestors and our spiritual guides. And today's message is what we should focus on right now. Today, these weeks, this month, what are the energies now at work? Where should we put ourselves? What now is important for us? So please feel free to choose the pile. You can choose either by card or either by stone. And see you at your readings. Please see the timestamps below. So hi, pile number one. You chose the house with a chicken leg. So basically, a little bit by little bit, we will see what the cards has for you. So when I see the house standing on one leg, it seems like you maybe think that there is only right way in doing something. It might be various. It may be about your living space, about your life, your even relationships, and you think that there is only one good choice. And but they're saying this choice not necessarily very stable. How do you think the house would be stable if it's standing only on one, how to say it, it just only have one thing to balance it out? It can be very shaky. It can be very not stable, what I'm hearing. Like, and on the other side, it's quite unique, it's quite different, and it's quite interesting. So we have very important message here is that either we have the leg, but we have 3-4 nails that are also coming into this one leg, because I'm feeling very drawn. So be mindful that all my messages are channeled. So I'm telling the information I'm getting through the cards. And what he's saying is different things can be a part of the stability, and it creates your home, your life, who you are. Like basically, it can be also very stable, but it's not only one stable thing that is holding the house. You have 3 nails going to 3 different directions, keeping up the balance. So it's interesting. It's something also I see in this card that it's they're saying this is not necessarily one way or another way. It can be both ways. It can be different, not like everybody is used to. Like they're saying there is no rule, no one way to do something. Like you can do both things. You can do this if you want to, I don't know, live in different places. You can have 2 places. Like there is no rules for how you create the stability, but it goes into one. For example, if this is your home and your life, for example, this house, this one is your partner, your love relationship, your happiness, your emotional fulfillment. Maybe this one is your activities, hobbies, something that you do that you like. It can be also your work, maybe your healing, maybe your spiritual abilities. The third one can also be something that fulfills you. It can be growing a garden. It can be spending time with the family. It can be different things that can fulfill your stability. The third one can be maybe your community work. Maybe you make some communities. You gather people together. You make some targets you want to reach, goals you want to reach. So it's like this thing, like, don't be limited only for a few options. There can be many options, and it can be many ways. It's like the same as going to the market. You come and you buy everything that you want. Some of the things you buy more, some of the things you buy less. Maybe, for example, today you buy more grapes, but yesterday you bought more, I don't know, bread. And they're also saying that it also changes a little bit, and they're saying it balances itself out. You just have to listen. Like, we need to listen. I'm not talking about today's food, but before, in ancient times, let's call it pagan times, people would used to eat by the feeling and something that is growing around them. So it's basically, there were no making of big dishes, you know, cooking, boiling, and etc. So it was eating raw food. But basically, even my grandma, I know this from my grandma about my grandmother, that she said, you know, when you're hurting, when you feel sick in the stomach, or you have a hurt, like some illness, some disease, and you feel not okay, you just can go into the field, you watch, and you feel, and you know which herb now would be good for you, and then you take it. And I remember I was looking at my grandma and saying, like, did she feel it? And she said, like, yeah, she knew. She knew by her soul which herb will help her now in this illness. And she's saying, like, now you walk, you look, and you see. And when you see the right herb, then you take it in. So that's what I'm trying to say, is that you go by the feel, what it needs. Maybe someday you will need more love from your partner, and you will be all in love. Maybe another day you will be much more into your community, or another week. Maybe there comes some time, then you remember some goals you want to reach, and then you build up on them. Then you set a little bit back, then you put yourself forward. It's like, I don't even have to explain it. It's like very beautiful balancing, like, now I'm here, now I'm this, now I'm that, now I'm here. And like, you're everywhere, little by little, but it creates the stability that you have. Because all these things supports your home and your house and your life. So it's like everything is important. You don't have to choose like, oh, now it's the relationship, now it's the career, maybe now it's my child, now it's my community. Like, they're telling, like, everything is important. Like, and it creates the balance in you, and you can change the roles, you know, but you always can feel stable. Yes, of course. Also, this card reminds me of that you have to choose the path. Like, you have to choose the path, but there is a stick in the path, and you're not sure, like, should you go or should you not? Like, but it's more of a, also the same thing is that you should go by the feel. You should go by the feel and understand where you want to go. I'm hearing, you know, that the signs might say that, oh, you will visit such a beautiful village, it's a very beautiful place, but your heart is telling you something different. So maybe you should listen to that, because not everything that is given to you, like what we see, not everything is true. It might be beautiful, but not for everybody. It might be good for them, but not for you. So it's like, I think that maybe now you're worried about choosing the path, the right path to go. And they're saying, but look at the forest. When we have a path in the forest, usually it goes and then it changes its way. You can choose other different directions. And the most important thing is that if you're still in the forest going any path, then it's good for you. If you're walking that path in the place that you want to be, for example, in the forest, does it really matter which path you take? Difference is when you get out of the forest and you choose the path that it's not in the forest anymore, and then you hear noises, you hear cars, you see a lot of buildings, and you feel distracted, you don't feel good, and you want to come back to the forest. So I think this is the idea they're trying to give, is that it's about the place that you're in, not about the path. Something very interesting. Sorry, maybe I will get some message more about this, because even to me, it's like, it sounds like, oh, but you know, the path is important. But I think there's some kind of a message here that it's more of a maybe internal space that you have, not the path. Something that is inside you. Like, for example, also in this card, like we have this land taken, for example, in between the river. And they're saying, like, if you like this land, is it important that you go next to this tree or to this tree or to this mountain? It's like, does it really matter? Because you're still in this land. You know, only the view changes. But you're still in that internal nice place for you, and it's like, it's good for you. So why does it really matter? Maybe you are having difficulties to choosing between the path that you should take. Maybe you should considering changing places, or getting yourself ready for a relationship or family. So maybe that's why you're getting confused. But they're saying, like, when you go to the forest, you see mushrooms, you see herbs, you see berries, and you can take and you can eat all of them. This flower, this berry, another berry, that herb. And like, the most important thing is that it's balanced and that you feel good. Also, if you are considering either you want relationship or not, either it's for you or not, I'm not talking about a particular person. I'm talking about the idea of having relationship and creating a relationship with love. So this giving me that the relationship would give you much more higher frequency and vibration, because you know, when we play play the drum, there is a vibration, special vibration, and it has frequency. And they're saying this frequency might be very good for you, and it would change your vibration. It would make you feel good, very alive, and it would give you so much colors of life. Your life would be much more colorful if you open up to a relationship. Like, this is particularly for you. It's maybe not for everybody, but for you, it's important. It gives you, I'm hearing the sound of alive. Like, then you feel that you're living, like, because I think emotions are very important for you. And it's not about, you know, when people usually people travel. Why people travel? Because of the emotions that we get. Because we change place, we go to somewhere new, we have adrenaline, we have curiosity, we have fulfillment. It's about the emotion. It's not about the country that we go. It's not about other things. It's about the excitement that we get. But we get back from the travel, passes some time, and then again we are thirsty, we are hungry for that, and then we travel again and again and again. And it's like we're trying to fulfill the need, but actually the feeling that we need is love. I'm talking about deep connection, very healthy connection, where you create stuff and you create plans and you create life with your person. It's about creating your own home. It's about creating family. It's about creating your plans and goals and have a mission and a vision. Like, create your own life. And it gives you much more colors to your life. It adds a lot of emotions to you, and that's why then you feel like you're living. Very actually beautiful, and I think this is very particular for your energy, because when you have a relationship, it just gives you colors. It just gives you colors. And I think that it also is very important, you know, for your place in the earth. You would feel much more stable. You would feel much more grounded, because there's someone like holding you there. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like, it's important for you to be here because there are people that care about you. And I know that all we have family and friends, I know, but the love relationship between the man and the woman is much more different, because it's about creation of life. So we do not create children with our family. I'm talking fathers, mothers, sisters. We're not creating family with our friends. So it's a different relationship when you create a new oasis for the new soul. And you create a love energy field where the child comes, and you create a new persona, a new individual. There goes a lot of thought creation, a lot of energy into creating new soul. So it's much more different than any other relationship. And this is taking also a part in your stability on having in your life. And when I'm seeing like, when you have a relationship, that healthy, good relationship, you would feel much more stable, like much more grounded, of course, much more happy, much more colorful. And I'm hearing like, then, you know, when it's like in old movies, like, then it's not important where you live, how much money you have, how you can travel, because you have the feeling and you have the emotion, and it fulfills you, and you don't have the need of buying new things, buying new homes, buying jewelry, accessories, clothes, like, because we all thirsty and we all looking for emotions. We are not supposed to be working and enjoying life just a little bit. Creator didn't create us to be workers. We are not horses. We have horses to work. We have, animals that used to work for people, but not humans. Humans were not supposed to be workers. We are not in a fabric. We're living in earth. So we are supposed to create in with nature, create gardens, create families, create energies, create communities, create ideas. Very, 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 how to say, non-stop energy of making something new and better into this world. It's not about sustaining, it's about creating. Let's see what these cards want to tell us. Yeah, there is a lot of chaos that might be affecting you because, you know, of how people live and everything, and it might be triggering you very much, and it's like a fight in between your thoughts because these wolves showed me the thoughts. And it could be a fight in your own thoughts because you want to choose the right way. You don't want to repeat the mistakes, the cycles. You are very careful, but also you have the need and the feeling of finding that love relationship. They're saying if it's hard for you to understand what you want and what would be right for you, they're telling me you can put on the targets, you know, the goals, and try to write them down and to see how you feel about that. Do you like what you're reading? And then move on. Like, if you do not like it, you then erase it and you write again and you write again and you write again. They're saying, oh, this is the point. They're saying then you, sorry for the eruption. They're saying then you will know what thoughts are yours and which are not. So basically, when you erase it, you erase from your mind, and you erase something that is not yours, is not resonating from you. Basically, you erase belief systems that is not yours, that it was implemented in you by, you know, society, other people, and etc. So it will help you to figure out which of these wishes and wants are yours and is resonating with you. And when you raise from your head, from your heart, and you just, you know, demolish them. So also I extracted some extra cards. They fell out of the pile, and I thought that they are really resonating with this reading. And basically this one is, these are very optimistic cards. Even though you can see that the views are not that pretty, but it's very optimistic actually. So this explosion shows that something was lifted up, like you opened up something and now it's flourishing. Now it's going, it's not in a negative way. It's not angriness or, you know, sadness. It's about, you know, when you let yourself to express, you lift it up and then it flows, like it explodes, and in a good way. It's like you let yourself feel, you let yourself express yourself, because when we hold something in ourselves, it makes a pressure. It makes a very big pressure, and it's very hard for you to not express yourself. So that's why you don't know what to do, because everything is in you. And when you let it out, the pressure is gone, and then the energy just flows and everything flows. So it's very beautiful energy, and they think that the pressure is not good for you. And either if you have good emotions, it's okay to feel them, to be in them, to be joyful. You don't have to compress them. You don't have to hold them in. I think that there was a time in your life when you had to hold your emotions because you needed to stay strong, you needed to do some stuff to fight, you know, to live. And you just learn the way to survive by not letting yourself to feel so much, because you thought that you will collapse. There's a strange fear of feeling that you will collapse. Like if you feel too much, I think it's in the society also, if you feel too much, it feels for you that you're losing control, that you don't know what to do with it. But basically the most important thing is what I said before, is also to feel all the colors of life. And we usually hearing like, you know, you have to feel anger, you have to feel sadness, but we also need to feel joy, and we also need to feel happiness and expression and creativity, like, you know, be on the wave with your life and your expression. And it's a good way. And now these doors that are open, it's like some parts have died, and it's not in a negative way. Like it opened up the gates where you create a new life, create new experiences, and you go to for example, to the angel. And that's the idea, that some part was good for you at some point, but not now anymore. And now something that is not good for you, and you realize that, you can just let it go, and you just can let them walk through the gates and just to be gone. So it's like an opening of something new, opening of a feeling that basically from this emotion, like you're feeling empty, dead inside and suppressed, you go into the freedom where you can fly as high as the angel and have all the abilities and have the freedom to create and to be. And it's like giving you some kind of also I'm hearing some kind of a guidance for you to understand that expression is how we create, and expression is the way how we live fulfilling life with all the colors. And they're saying like, it's okay walk through these gates and to leave something behind and go further, to understand that it's not good for you now to compress the feelings. You don't have to survive. You can enjoy and be yourself. You don't have to be afraid of the emotions. I'm hearing you don't have to be afraid of emotions, because it will not take you off guard. It will not try to, it's not weakness. It's actually a very powerful tool, and it's contagious. I'm hearing, like, if you feel joy or love or something, it's contagious and it spreads. And it's nothing bad to feel good, to feel uplifted, to feel excitement, to feel freedom. Like, it's okay. And I know that sometimes it's triggering because it's scary, or you missed it so much that it even hurts when you feel good. So it's like they're telling, like, if you need, you can always come to us. And I'm thinking of a spirit guides and angels, like, you can always come to us, you can always ask for help, and you are welcomed. And yeah, I'm feeling very strongly that you are welcomed, like, in this new age, in this new world. And you will feel welcomed everywhere you go. And you will feel that you have support system. People are taking your knowledge, people taking your gifts. Maybe you are a healer, and it's opening up for you because you let it out, you let it express, you let it be, you let it do. It's a very beautiful energy, actually. And even though these cards doesn't seem like good, but the feeling I'm feeling is like very uplifting, very freeing. And there is some kind of a sadness, because you know that there's a part of you that will be no longer here. And you know, you get used to it. It's a habit, and you get used to it, and you think that it's a part of you, but they're saying it's a habit, it's not who you are. And it's okay to let it go. It's fine, just you'll be safe. So very beautiful reading, pile number 1. So remember that you can choose everything. You can decide what you actually want. You can take your targets. You can silence the fight in your mind and all these different opinions. I'm hearing, like, search for the feeling. Never limit yourself. If you have a wants and need, just go and do it, and everything will unfold naturally. The more you do, the more you move, the more you take your dreams, the more freedom you will get. So I wish you the best luck, and see you in other readings. Bye. So hi, pile number 2. So you chose the magical pumpkin carriage. So it's some kind of the message is that there's some kind of a transformation when, you know, from the simple girl, she became a princess look-like girl that it was very magical, and she was with a wonderful dress and shoes, and she was ready to go to the ball. So it's something about finding the sides of you that maybe you don't even know that were there. And it was like, the idea is that something about the duality in you. We all know that we have feminine and masculine energies. We all know that we have our different sides, but it's something different. It's more about connecting those two and not trying to separate them. I'm hearing there's a very, very strong propaganda told what is woman and what is man, what is feminine, what is masculine. It's very big extraction between these two, and that's why we're having difficulties to understand who is who and who is responsible for what. And it's very, very confusing to us, and it might be that there's some kind of there's a like divination between it. It's divided, and it sometimes seems that in this society you're either this or either that. You cannot be both. Like, it seems like you're either rich or either not. You either have, for example, spiritual powers, or you either not. And it's saying this is not necessarily true. Of course, these things are very superficial, that we say that you're, you have money, you have status, you have not. But it's also made some divination in the person's mind of who he truly is. This society has made some very strong influence on that we don't know who we are and what shows us who we truly are, because we are used to understand that yourself is based on the things that you reach, the money that you make, the family that you create. And it's now not about the creation, not about knowledge, not about wisdom, but about the status and money that you have. So it's very, very limited. They're telling me very, it's very superficial, because a human is much more than that. And the only thing that if you have status or money shows that you are a good worker. That's all. But we all know that if we want something, we can work very hard for that. And we all have that. So there's no need to prove that to yourself again and again, that if you make money, if you make a successful career, then you are a successful person. Success is not about that. Success is about finding who you truly are and understanding what you want to do, and you're just creating what your heart wants. That's all. And it can be very different for everybody, but we also have some limitations, and it seems like a hard road. I'm talking about a career. And if you go through those difficulties, then you prove to yourself that you're very strong and determined. But he's saying, does it really show that? Because during the way you get frustrations, you get stress, you get enormous amount of responsibilities, you start to judge yourself, you're always trying to improve yourself. And the only thing is that we're only doing this in one area. Only in one area. And it's like you're going, for example, you can go and have 7 lanes on the road. And you can be in all of them. You can change lanes. But in this case, we choose not only one lane, we choose one road, and we cannot move anywhere else. And they're saying this is a very big limitation that a lot of people have. That you cannot choose lanes, you choose only one road, and you go only that one road, never changing the trajectory. And they're saying it's very confusing to people, and that's why we have also unhappiness. That's why we have very limited mindset. It's very superficial, and it's implemented very strongly in our society, because a lot of our cultures were based on how a good worker you are. Are you lazy or not? Are you willing to do or not? And I remember a few days ago, I had a conversation with my mother, and she told me a story, like, there was 2 brothers, and one got a land, and he said that he took care of the land and everything was okay, and another brother couldn't take care of the land, and he said that it's his brother's fault because he's doing something wrong, like it's not his fault, but the things are not growing in his garden. And in that story, the only thing that came to my mind was said, but why the father was responsible for giving them their ways, their roads, and then judging if one of them is not doing well on the road. Shouldn't we choose our own roads by ourselves? Maybe he was not good with the gardening, but maybe he would build a little house for the family in this land. Maybe his wife will be better with gardening. And I was like, why it's such a limited way to see, oh, you did not take care of good of the land. You're lazy. You don't want to do that. And the story was different. It was about not blaming others. But what happens that we actually start to blame others because we accept their ways of living and their roads, and we start to take their roads, and we feeling angry and we're feeling not happy, and then we want to blame someone because we're not understanding why this is not going for me. So this what happens is when we have no freedom to choose. So it's very hard in this society, in nowadays world, to do so. And I'm not saying that there's something wrong that you do. It's not about that. Everybody is having issues with that. And I think the most important thing is there will be and need to be changes in the way we live, in our society, in our world, in our politics and economy. Because if the person is not feeling good in the system, eventually, earlier or later, the system will fall because it holds on to people. The system is not, the system is nothing without the people. So you have to understand that. You can try also manifest new systems into the world. It's the more we do, the more people manifest different future, more freedom, different life. I'm not talking about, oh, I want to have a good house and a good car. It's not the way to live, because if you want good things, you will have to pay for them and you will have to work harder. You stay in the loop every time, but you have to wish something different. Maybe you know that people will make things by themselves, by their hands, and just exchange them. And we can open up our minds and think about the world, that everybody would be free and happy to create their own world, and also work as a community and support love and relationships, and do not choose only one road where we can go. And if you're not good in this road, we will judge you. Because this is what happens. If you're not good in a schooling system, we will judge you. If you're not good in your work environment, if you're not good in your position, we will judge you. And you will think, oh, the other person is doing that. Yes, maybe it's his road, but it's not yours. So, let's see what else we can get from there. Yeah, this one is like, you know, these are the build blocks that it's built in us, in our minds. And it's like a system that works in our minds and the way we see the world. And the power is to be able to move these rocks the way you want to. This is actually powerful skill to have. But you have to understand that in ancient times, there are stories that people moved stones with the sounds and vibrations. So what is telling you is that the vibration and the sound of the thought is very, very important, and it's very powerful. And the more people bring these thoughts of creating different freedom and future and not agreeing with this system, it will make a change. Also, this card, it shows that what happens when everybody takes the same road. And you can see it's cold, it's dark, you know, it's a negative energy, like it's gray. People feel sad, empty. There's no colors, and the light is behind them, and they are walking from it because they tell them that, oh, you need to go this entrance in this road. And they're saying like, oh, you know, yes, now you work hard, but in the future it will be better. But the more we go, it's not getting better. And we see that. We're seeing that the system is trying to press us down even more. And why now the young generations, they are not participating in the system anymore, because they saw in the parents that it's not working. It's not working. It's not the way to go. So don't feel that you're outsider, that you're incapable, because this is just not the right way. You have to forgive yourself for not accepting to go the main road everybody does and not wanting to go there. It does not mean that you're outsider of the world, or that you don't understand something. I'm hearing like no one understands anything. They're just going because it's a road. But they said you can always make new roads. So of course it takes time, but you have to have hope and to find that power in yourself and understand that there's not, even in us, there's duality. So how can we choose only one road, the way we live, and imagine that it will be okay for our all sides? Yes, what I'm hearing is that we have all different sides of us, and these sides need the way they express themselves are different. Some sides of us express while we are raising children. Some sides of us express when we are making business, when we're learning, when you're making relationship, when you're talking with your family. I mean, even with a person, different sides of you work differently. So it's very multitasking energy that you have, and it's not supposed to go one road. Let's see what's more. Basically, also these scales remind me of balance and justice. It's like there cannot be imbalance because it will not be good. But what happens now actually in the world, that the balance is, for example, this one is much heavier than this one. We have responsibilities, we have careers, jobs, work to do, money to make. But this side, our emotional side, is quite empty. It's light. It has no weight in it. And that's why we're feeling imbalance. I don't know, maybe they're trying to explain to you, why are you feeling the way that you're feeling? And it's okay. And they're saying it's okay because it's not the way that it used to be. Now it's different. And they understand it, but they want to tell you that it's to make money. It's not the whole point of living. It's not about it. It's a system created by man, and it really, it's like our brains is having an error, you know, like we don't understand, like what we want to do some different things, but we can't because we have obligations and responsibilities, and it feels like we are taken into two different parts, and it's very, very heavy on us. They think the most important thing is here to find the key that works for your door. It does not need to be a key for every door. It needs to be a key for your door that works for you. Very uniquely, very created especially for you. What I'm hearing, what I'm seeing with this unicorn is that there is also a lot of magic that we don't see nowadays, but it's still there and it's still alive, and we can always try to put it into surface. The way we believe, the way we open up our minds, they're saying the magic is not gone. Maybe it's suppressed, maybe it's hidden, but it's still there. And in every person is the same, even if it's suppressed, even if it's hidden, but it's still there. There's nothing that you have lost. Like, you have your magic still in you. No matter that you were put in the system, you still have it. Very strange, because I couldn't even catch anything about on this card. So we will see later. I also have some other magical cards. I very like these because they're very resonating with stories, you know, and they're showing also these two different sides of you. The one is adventurous. The one is young and adventurous, and she's brave, and she wants to see things and travel and see. And the other one is very spiritual, very magical, very intelligent, very wise. And it's two whole different parts. Like this one is young, naive, and going and seeing and searching. And this one is like very old, you know, like very mature, she knows things. She doesn't need to do anything. She just knows. So they're saying it's okay to have these parts and let them express themselves whatever they want to, whatever they need to. When they up surfaces, just let them be. You can be in this adventurous, and you can be this mysterious, elegant, wise woman. Like she's standing and she's just smiling and she's looking, but she's in her mind like she knows everything already. She doesn't need to prove anyone anything. She already knows the power that she has. She already knows, but she's very sophisticated. And the other side is that she's free to explore. And she knows that she switches in between these two. And it's okay, and it's actually very unique. And that's why they're saying you have to find the key that works to your door. Because both of these sides are needed. This is also the way we learn. And you know, sometimes she can even be not this one, but be this one, and pretend that she doesn't know anything and just free go enjoy and learn new stuff. And when she needs to understand the information that she got, she then turns into this wise woman. Then we have this tree, and we have these doors. Yeah, the first thing is that there comes a fresh air, fresh breeze into you. It will give you much more freedom, like it will be a gasp of fresh air if you let these sides be. Because if we look, how could we understand which one is feminine, which one is masculine? They both are, like, there are no, how to say, there's no, you cannot put a label what is woman and what is a man. There are no labels. Yes, they're a bit different energies, but yet they need to be together, because this is the point of the creation. I mentioned that in the first pile. This is the point of the creation. There were two people who create new life together. And in the nature, we see different two types of plants and two types of animals. Masculine and feminine energies combine everywhere. Sun and the moon, for example, everywhere. So it's even in you, and you can have different sides being in you. The one is adventurous, very curious, and the one is very wise. And when we are with children, we can become this one. When we are in a gathering, well, we need to put our wisdom and put our knowledge, we can be this one. So it will give you a much more new breeze and new air into your internal world. And this tree is also showing like a very stable, because look at the roots. They're very big. Like it's even bigger than the upper part of the tree. And birds are coming to it, and it's like very wise, very old, ancient energy that you carry. And I'm hearing like everything is in you, what you need. Very strong, very connected to the earth, like very, she knows what she is, and she knows why she's here, and she's very deep into here. Like it's very, very strongly shows that. I'm hearing again, the magic is not lost. The magic is not lost. Like, look how big this tree is. Look how magical this is. It's not lost. It's a tree of life. It would give you the freedom to live, to be without any label, to be anyone you want to be. And it even will grow, and it give you even stability and freedom. So what about this card? I'm still not getting what this card wanted to tell us. I'm getting curious now. Do I need some extra cards? Because I have one meaning for this card. This card, usually in our culture in the Baltic states, it means that in ancient times, when there used to be pagans, young girls would put this on their head, and they every celebration, and also it was a sign that you are a girl that who's looking for a man, that you're not married, and it shows freedom, it shows the opportunity to choose. It's very uplifting, heavy energy, and it's some kind of a, in this reading, it's some kind of a, shows me like a crown, you know. Then you put a crown on your head, and that you know who you are, and you understand it, and that you are somehow free, and you know the truth. And now this card came, and it's resonating for me that she understands that there is some traps, and she's avoiding it. So what it gives you, that ancient wisdom that you have, it gives you an opportunity to see some things that may other people do not see. So listen to your ancient wisdom, listen to this wise old woman in you to show you which things to escape and to be, how to say, protectful of, and be mindful not to get into the trap. Like, you're not scared, you're just understanding that there should be no trap. Because this one is about freedom. This shows that the woman in those times had, you know, you have to understand that not everything was written about pagans is true. Actually, a lot of information is not correct at all. And they're telling me that in these times, even men and women were very wise, and they understood everything, and they had the freedom to choose. They had the freedom to choose the partner, they had the freedom to choose the land, to choose what they are interested about. They could choose their creation. And today, what is hard for us is that we have to escape some traps. We cannot freely move, you know, and create what we want. We have to be very careful, because we can get it, we can be in danger. The same as the animals, you know, they have to be very careful, because they know that they are hunted. And there are hunters. The fishes are also have to be very careful, and the scarcity, you know, that you will get catched, that you will get into trap. It's also in us, and we have to understand that it will get better in some time, but we do not have to be afraid. We just have to be, like they're saying, you have to be smart. Like, you have to be smart, and you know, you have a gut feeling, you have everything, so you have very a lot of things that will help you. Also, this card, if I am not mistaking, the tails, it's from the same tale, that she came by pumpkin carriage, and then she lost a shoe, and the prince found her by the lost shoe. Yeah, and in this world, today's world, sometimes seems that we have to run away and leave something behind because of our own safety, or maybe because of our own insecurities. But it's also the saying that if you are not feeling good somewhere, don't be afraid to leave. It's okay, because the most important thing is how you feel. How is your mental state? How is your psychological state? You have a freedom to go. And they said, oh, I understand now. They said, even though you leave, everything that needs to find you will find you, because the prince found her by the lost shoe. He went to every woman and he tried the shoe till he find her, and her feet fitted perfectly. So they're saying, like, even though if you leave some stuff behind, situations, people, you leave because you feel not accepted, not valued, they're saying everything you will need will find you. Don't worry about that. So it's very actually beautiful reading. Maybe it's also, you know, about selecting people, that those who want to be in your life will find a way to be in your life, and it will be right people. You don't have to do nothing more, just be yourself, be honest, express yourself, and everything you need in your journey will be given to you. And yes, sometimes we have to run away to leave something behind, but it's not something that you have to avoid or be scared of. So don't let the scarcity take you in, because it also can be a trap. And when we are scared to make a move to leave situation, we also get into the trap, because we cannot move, because she's out of the trap and she's swimming. And when we get in the trap, there's no swimming anymore, there's no freedom. So that's by saying, be mindful. Do not get yourself into situations that are draining you, that you feel stressed on. The simpler, the better, the easier for you, the better. Watch how you feel, and forget anything that you ever heard about what you have to reach in your life. So very beautiful reading. Pile number 2, I wish you best of the luck, and understand that everything is all right for you, but you have to get yourself out of the trap, help other people get out of the trap, and manifest. Put your thoughts into creation for the better future for yourself and for everybody else. Thank you very much for listening, and see you in the next readings. Bye. So hi, pile number 3. So you chose this stone, and the card behind your stone was this one. So it's actually very interesting, because somehow, maybe because of the roof and the windows, somehow it reminds me of a church. And we also see some family herbs in here. So it's like a castle, an ancient house that is full of history. Let's see what the message we have for you about what you could put focus now on your journey that will help you to figure some answers. So the first thing when I see this card is about, you know, money, gold. But what we also see, we see some signs of war and signs of like contracts. We see the sword, like the knife. We see that the price was paid for something. And I think this is guidance for you from your past life or from your ancestral line. It goes very deep into the past. It associates me with, you know, the gold and the idea of being rich and the price that was put on to get that richness. So let's see what we have in the other cards. Yes, it might be. It might be some story. I usually work with ancestors and ancestral lines. So it might be a story in your life, your past life, or your family life. It can be from quite far long ago. But, you know, the history shows us a lot of stuff. And sometimes we don't understand why we have some kind of a belief systems or fears or some negative inputs on something. And I think this is about money and richness and why it has a nasty taste in your mouth. Let's call it like that. It's because the way that richness came was by hurting animals and nature and everyone that goes into your way. It's like, if you want to be rich, you have a price to pay. And not only getting in bad situations those people who are trying to make war because of money, but also those innocent people who just become victim of the situation. And this reminds me of an idea of, you know, when you get, how to say, pulled into some kind of a system and they promise you wonderful things. They're saying like, he's giving her key and is like, you will have everything, you will be free, look what I got you. And it's also about the contracts that were made that were not good, even for the person, for the country, for the people, for your family. And it was a contract that if you want to get rich and have something, you have a price to pay. You have to kill, you have to fight, you have to do something, and then we will give you money. It was very, very, with a huge obligation. And it left nasty taste in the mouth. And this card resonates me with that wanting just to hop on the horse and leave, because you know deep inside you the history of it, how the systems opened up, how the system works, and you see some things that's why you don't like, and that's why there is a want to run away from it. You saw a lot of stuff, what I'm getting. You saw a lot of stuff. Yes, what do we talk about? I also have some cards from another deck. Is the dragonfly, for me personally, was a very spiritual experience, and the dragonfly is very, very deeply connected with ancestors. And also what we have dinosaurs. We have something that was been very, very long ago. Very long ago. So that's what I'm saying. This message goes from very, very long time ago. And throughout the centuries, you know, the history repeated itself. We all know that. And they're saying that it's very deep, and you know how it was before and what happened then. And that's why you have the understanding why this is not right. Why a lot of people have a negative relationship with money. But actually, it's not about the money. It's about how they came into system, at what price. And we all deeply inside of us know the roots of it and the cause of it. And it just makes us, makes a horrible feeling for us that it's not, it's nasty. It's not clean. It will not, it's, the energy is very heavy. It's, you know, people in ancient times would get rich doing nasty stuff. So if you think about the history, let's talk about the most popular way how countries would get rich is by Christianity. So if you come to another country and you conquer them and you make them to, you know, baptize themselves, you basically get some money for that. So it was money got by war. This card also shows me that there are steps. When we go, the further we go, the longer we live, the more we see. So it also says that you have seen a lot of stuff and you are climbed quite high. And that's why you know the truth and the perspective for you is different. Maybe there's also something that you have in you, there is a very good memory of everything, and you just know how it was created and how it was supposed to be and what was done. You have a very good memory in your spiritual mind, in your senses, in your body. It's like ancient. That's what I'm hearing, just ancient. And this card also resonates like you've seen a lot of death. A lot of death because of the richness. Because someone wanted to become rich. Because people thought that it will give them power, give them something. But the price was paid, I'm hearing like bloody money. It was bloody money, bloody richness. And why it has such a sour taste in your mouth. And that's why we have, a lot of people have bad relationship with money and that nasty taste in the mouth because of that their bodies and their souls know that it was not a system created to fulfill and to free you. It was a system to enslave you. And also, if you do not go by their rules, like if you do not go by their rules, they will do some harm for you. And it's like there was no escape. and the way that you know and the way that you feel that you just want to run away from it. So these cards are also very interesting because they're going much deeper into the past. You remember how it was before. There we see a shiny magical nature, and the richness and the abundance for people was in the nature. The nature gives you medicine, the nature gives you food, she gives you shelter, the animals gives you help. Like everything was very, very imbalanced. And it was very, very, how to say, deep and simple, and everyone was much more richer than now. And there was no blood, there was no wars. Also, this lady, it comes from a tale that we have, and the tale is that she is with a snake. It's not a snake; it's different, shorter animal. I forgot how it's called, but she was having a castle of amber in the sea, and then she fell in love with a man, and her god decided that it's not right thing to fall in love with a man, and he demolished and destroyed all the palace. And basically there's also a second example how our stories tell that the love relationship was basically demolished and it was destroyed, and also somehow the woman was made bad, like it was her fault for falling for a man, and like it became something very, oh, she fell for a man, like she very gentle, and she's so loving, she's so naive, but that's not the point. Actually, women's love is very healing and it's very strong, and they did not want that energy to be in. So they just find a way how to destroy it, and they made a system, and that people will destroy it themselves. So it's very ancient, old energy, telling me that you do not need to lose hope because of that, what happened, but you have to understand that this reminds you of important things, and you have to ability to change them, and ability to understand why everything was made the way it was. So basically she was called the Queen of the Snakes in that legend. Like also there was the saying that the old pagans used to have the snake into their house because it was thought that a snake is very spiritual animal that protect the house, protect the household, and it's very important to have it in your house. So it's also again very symbolic, and maybe this is also resonates that the snake was something resonated with love and relationship, and that's why people wanted to protect that and kept those snakes in their houses. I think much of the things that people used to do was not because of a stupid belief system. I think everything had a point, and they understood everything very clearly, what does what. So it was kind of also spiritual, but also, a way to show that they are not losing hope on love. And of course, by belief systems, they were called that they are savages, that they kill animals, and etc. But that is not the truth, actually. And what they're saying is that they turned the forests, the nature, into the cemeteries, and it just all became dark and gray because of the amount of people that were killed. And even though we see some lights there and there, but it's still very dark and it's full of dead bodies. So it's also a way for you to understand the way that you feel with the relationship is because of the things that you know and the things that you saw. And I know that sometimes it's very hard to it's not nice to remember them, and we don't want to do that, but you can find a way to understand how it works, to use it on your own way to make a change, or for it to benefit you and others. Sometimes we have to adapt to the situation, but your knowledge can help you to understand why are we having these kind of problems as society. Because why there is such thing that everyone has that they all believe that money is bad. It's not because of the tales. It's because people saw things and people knew, and our ancestors saw things, and that's why there is the belief system. That's why some people don't want to get in between the rich people. They don't want that luxury because it's dirty. It's not clean. And the way the system came, it just left a mark. It just left a mark in our spiritual bodies, and that's why we are traumatized by it, because this is evil. The way that it came show that it's evil. We decide about things, if it's evil or not, the way that they act. So if I come and I offer something to you, and it's gentle, and you have a freedom, you can take it or you can leave it. You will never get trauma from that. But when you are forced to take something in, or then you get killed because you're not taking it in, the system, the belief system, the politics, it does not matter which one, you automatically become traumatized because it's a force. It's a force that you're forced to do something, and you are losing your free will. So they saying this is what you remember, the losing of the free will when you get enslaved, and when money becomes everything, and the whole countries are hold on onto money, and much people are suffering because the possibilities to survive without the money became practically impossible. There is nothing then we can do to get, for example, for free. Even if you have a house, let's say it, and you don't pay for it, you have to pay for water and electricity. So it's wherever you're going into, you get into the system, and actually it affects people very much. This is why we have a lot of stress. This is why we have a lot of fears. This is why it made you to work for the system. And it was traumatizing for our ancestors as it's traumatizing for us. Yeah, like very ancient cards, like, you know, the history, like the stone walls, Egypt. It's like gives me very ancient time when it started. And you know, I think it's even started before the Christianity, before the religions. There was some kind of events that happened when we hear stories from different countries, and ancient civilizations where at some time and point everything changed, and a few men became rich, and others were not rich at all. And it's divided so much that it's practically impossible to feel fairness in the situation, because that's why we now put everything on the amount of money people have, like status or something, and there will always be this unfairness until it's equal for everybody. So it's about your free will and ability to have something. It's not about how much you're able to do, because everyone works in a different way. Of course, they're saying like it's even in the bad situation and bad circumstances, there's always a possibility to grow. You can always find a way to grow and find a way to flourish. It's maybe more of an internal state. Just be cozy in your surroundings, be cozy in where you are. Don't worry about what others would think, and just blossom in there, and be as free and relaxed as you need to. And maybe it will help you also clear this energy, but I really recommend you to do some meditation and to check into that, to understand the trauma, to validate something that happened, and it gets a little bit easier then. And also the energy will go out, because when the people are alive and they have big trauma, the person is gone, but the energy accumulated in the person still stays in the family line. That's why we have to find them and to extract them. It's the same with countries, it's the same with politics, it's the same with our minds. So sorry, let me get the message. I need one more card to specify. So yeah, so it's also from another tale about the plant growing up to the sky. And also it's a reminder that the seed that you plant are going to right to the sky, and they make some energetical changes. Also what it says, like the same thing I always repeat is the same as below, the same as above. What we generate goes to the sky, and what we get to the sky we generate into earth. If we get an idea, we make it happen on the earth. If we make something on the earth, it goes into the sky, let's call it, and to energetical field, and then it can be catched by others. So you have to understand that there are things that you can change. The way you clear out history, memories, your ancestor line, it will help clear out this trauma, and it will help you in the journey, because there is some stuff about journeys, like traveling and going, and it's not about how much you have, it's about what helped you get on the road to travel. So it says to me that you can see more with lesser, but they're not telling you that. Funny thing, I just remembered, sorry, out of the blue. I noticed that usually the spirit guides and ancestors and even angels are not really ever talking about money. Like, they don't touch this topic usually. They don't tell you what to do in your career. They're telling you to find what you want to do. But I just noticed some important thing is that it's never a top priority for them as it is for us. And I think that they stand their ground really, really good, because they do not let you go with their help deeper into the system, because they know about the system. They know how it came. They know what they did. And that's why they don't want to participate in it. Like, they do not want to say it, oh yes, you go to this job, you will get so much money, you will be so happy. I've never in my experience had such things saying to them. The only thing they said, because I had a session not so far away, it was with angels, is that yes, we understand that it's important thing for you to survive on this earth. We understand that, but they're always talking about you, your soul mission, who you are, your soul purpose, about saving the earth, making the changes, making as much people awake as they can. It's never top priority for them is, oh yeah, you should do this, study that, go to be a judge, and you will make a good money, you will be very happy. If you would say that you want to be a judge, they would be like, okay, be the judge if you want to. If it's okay with your inner calling, but if you're feeling unhappy and you came to us, maybe it's not really what you want to be, just think that it will be suitable for you. And of course, there are some people that will go maybe to this position and make some wonderful changes. So everyone has a different part in this world, and you have to understand. Some souls can make a change and help in the law system, law enforcement. Some people can make some change and participate, I don't know, in gardening, for example. Some people also can participate in building sustainable buildings. It's very different way how we all work to make this place a better place. But when we focus to money and when we think only by that, I'm hearing, sorry, confirmation, I'm hearing, there will not be no change. The circle, the loop will just be going and going and going and going, and they don't want to participate in that. They are not escalating about that at all. And I always thought about it, like, why is it like it's so important for us, you know, we're so stressing out about it, but they are not participating in that at all. They know the history, they know what happened, and now we know, our ancestors knew, this is not the option to be happy. This is not a way to happiness. The happiness is to do what you love to, and it will take care of you. And you have to create your own system that works for you, and this system will take care of you, because this main system that we are all in, it's not taking care of us. We are working for the system. So it's like interesting journey waiting before you, because you will be you are switching your mindset, and you will understand that you can live differently, and do not worry and do not think, but because you will be much more fulfilled when you do what you love. So it's an interesting journey waiting for you, from a whole different perspective, from a whole different point of view. All right. What could help you in this journey also? Because I think that if you change the way that you live, it can be sometimes a bit stressful, because, you know, old habits just came up, and we feel pressure to pay for all the things. But if you want to switch some things that you're doing, maybe you want to change your career and do something that really, really fulfills you. Okay, let's see what would help you in this situation. I want to check now what else you could do to make it easier for you to travel the new journey with the new mindset, without the old habits, and also without the fear, you know, because of the money. Yes, I'm hearing like you should get rid of that trauma, so it will free you a little bit more. You will understand that you know how they came, you know what happened. Now you just have to adapt yourself to just take care of yourself and do the change and do the things that you want to do, and concentrate yourself on making, oh my god, I lost some cards, that on making some change and creating a different future. And do not focus on how are you going to survive. I think also that your shift, if not, it will change your virtues. You will understand the change of the way that you value things. It will come to you that the simpler things, it's much more important how you feel. I'm hearing it's so much more important what you feel inside of you than what is surrounding you. And I totally agree with that, actually, because every summer I go to some events and I participate in them, and you basically go with such a, I mean, you take a bag of clothes, but you do not wear them all. And I understand that you don't need nothing. You don't need makeup. You don't need cosmetics. You just go to the lake, go to the sun. Yes, of course you eat, but like you understand that there's not much what we need and what we want. So nature, being in nature, would very, very be helpful for you. You will feel much safer, and in home it will take, I'm hearing, regulate your nervous system. Regulate your nervous system. It will help you to focus on beautiful things. And it will inspire you to create beautiful things. Not only create wealth and money, but to create beautiful things. So now we have this card. So yeah, it's some darkness surrounded about this wealth and money idea in you. But as I'm saying, you know, oh, it's a lot of people that has it. It's very common. I think it's in the whole society. Some has more, some has less, but you know, we have in bones in our earth the history, and we just know that, and that's all. So in past few years through the internet, there was really it's not so much anymore, but if you remember past 2 years, there was a lot of videos of people talking about how you should change your mindset about money because you think about it negatively. And I think they're saying that it was because of the poorness, because of the lack of the money. It's not about that. It's not about that. It's about that also people knew how they came into, how the system came and what it did to people. So they knew that money is evil, like it was associated. So I don't see the point of lying to ourselves and to others that, oh yes, it's good. No, it's a survival tool. It's neither good, it's neither bad, but the history, how it came, was not nice to people at all. And that's the point, that's all. I'm just saying the fact. You can decide on yourself, but follow your feelings and understand. I also had some lessons with the money, and I understood some things. And you know, when you understand, when you see by yourself and the way you feel, you understand, nah, I just rather be free and be happy and without stress, and just to create another whole different life. So yes, there is a journey awaiting for you. So I really want to get another card, but it's not going out. But I think that there's also some kind of a message for you. This is a journey that you're going into, and if you ever feel doubtful, that you feel fear, stressed out, just drop everything that you do and go to the forest, go to the lake, do whatever you can. Just detach yourself. I'm hearing detach yourself, get into your own world, stabilize yourself, and then you will get back. But when you will feel that the ground is shaky and you don't feel safe anymore, just clear this out, clear the air, clear the environment that you are in. Yes, also interesting message about the cleaning of the environment. I actually had some sessions not only with people, but I had this thing when I had to clear people's things in the houses because they have attracted a lot of energy. So it's not about the physical cleaning. Yes, it can help too, but it's more of a energetically cleaning consciously your home, for example, where you stay the most, because you go to the forest, you clear out, but the things in your house are still full with that energy. So just find a way how you would clear your way and your house energetically. It can be with a beam of light. If you need help, you can always call an angel into that. You can also call an ancestor and ask him how should you do it. You can also ask your spirit, and you can find a way that works for you. Some people, I know there is a technique that when you clean the house, you imagine that there is a fire and then you burn everything. But it's not about the cleaning surfaces, it's about the whole area, every item. So you don't need to go and touch every item. It's the idea that you take all the surroundings, you collect all the negativity, you collect it and you burn it, or you either throw it out. Yes, so that also saying that it will help you to free up your space on your mind, because you get also the energy from other people. If other people around you are stressing out about it, you will get it too. You know, it's contagious. So that's why it's important to do this hygiene of your mental and your house system. I'm not getting any of the card anymore. It's so interesting because I don't feel that we're finished. What is the message? What we need to hear anymore? What's the idea? What do we need to know? I feel like there's something lacking. There's a lack of something. What are we lacking? Also, something that we all have in our society, that we don't have enough time. We don't have enough time for anything. We have to be in a hurry. We have to be in that rat race. We're always watching the time. You have to understand that those negative energies and the system is trying to fasten the time as much as they can. The idea is that you don't have time to think for yourself, that you don't have to accumulate some ideas, to generate ideas in the future. So you would not have any time to create thoughts and create your future. It's about you always running and doing stuff and exhausting yourself. When we even think that we're not doing anything, but when you think about the future and something you don't understand, but your spirit does a lot of work and it takes energy. It's a different work, it's different energy. I know by myself, when I do sessions, it's like you feel also empowered and you feel great, but you also sometimes you get tired. Like you understand that you did nothing, but after the session that was 3 hours, you feel a bit drained. Not like negative drain, but you can feel, but basically the work was done by the spirit, not you physically. You were just sitting, you know, and translating stuff. So you have to understand that you don't have to worry about time. It's not about the way, how much of it you do, but it's the things that you work with your energy. So very interesting. What message do we have? So don't worry about you lacking the time. You can affect it. You can take as much as possible from it. When we stress out, have you ever noticed that when we stress out, it seems like the time is just dripping away, like it's gone. It's been there, now it's gone. But when we focus and when we do something slowly, it seems like we have a lot of time. So maybe it's also telling you to find that calm spot, you know, and if you feel that you're getting into this trap, that you're in a hurry, you can go and find some peace. Just sit in silence, meditate, even take a nap if you feel drained and if you feel that you're not getting yourself together. So it's nothing bad to take a nap or to sleep during the day. We live in very stressful times, and stress is also our thoughts and our energy, and that's why we get tired. Yeah, and also what he's saying, the last message, I'm feeling this is the last message, is to find a way, as I said, I think also from some kind of a card, to create your future. You know, when you're knitting something, you knit and it's getting bigger and bigger, but you have the idea. You have the idea what do you want to knit, how this sweater or dress will look, and you knit little by little, little by little. So that's saying focus on creating the future, not on this moment, and it will help you to get out to a better future when you will feel fulfilled and you would feel much more happy and free. So it's about creating the future with your actions, with your thoughts. It's just little by little. Don't worry about the time. Leave the time alone. Leave the time alone. When it will happen, what will happen? Enjoy the moment. Enjoy the creativity. Enjoy the freedom. And don't be afraid of dark thoughts or fears or something, because everything can be cleared out very easily. It can be cleared out very easily. Don't forget to clean yourself and your home and surroundings, and you will be just fine on this new journey. And if you're thinking and you're not brave enough to take on the new journey, maybe it's a confirmation for you to go on, but then now you have tools, now you have reasons, and you can fix something. Now you have tools, and I'm feeling like I could say that now you're good to go. You have the baggage, you have the tools, and now you're good to go. And don't stress yourself out. Don't put the pressure on yourself. Just create and enjoy and do what fulfills you, and everything will be just fine. Very beautiful reading, pile number 3, actually. Did not expect that to be such specific about money and about, luxurious items or something like richness, wealth, but it's very specific. Understand that you know a lot from your past, and never doubt yourself, because we know the truth. And do not doubt that, oh, you have a bad belief system, oh, you have fear, oh, it's because of your poorness. No, it's because it happened, and we all know that. That's all. So thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next videos. Bye.